All right, I just want to take this video or this time to kind of do some UI improvements. The first of which is we don't really have a home page when we're logged in. So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to use this from the Devise wiki, but essentially it's just giving yourself a different home page for the authenticated users. So I'm going to go ahead and copy this, go into a routes, and then I'm going to put root at the end. And then, or actually maybe root should be more closer to the top. And then I'll do authenticated root for user, because that's the name of our model that gets authenticated. So let's just do activities and then index as authenticated root. Let's just kind of open those up a bit. And now if I go in here and refresh the page, it just goes directly to this index, which is nice. So even if I click the link up here, which is set to go to the root path, it's just going to go here. And if I sign out, our home page is actually blank right now. See, it's a static page is home, but that's fine. Like later on, we'll do like a call to action or something. But then if I log in, which I need to get a user real quick. So I'll just do this guy right here. Oop. So they're brought right in, and then add your first activity appears there, which is cool. So they can start adding an activity. So I like that. Let's actually make a commit right there. So git add, git commit. I forgot to add git add, and then git commit. And we'll just say add authenticated root. Cool. So actually let's push that up real quick. Or let's try that again. Push that up real quick. Next thing I'm realizing is in our layout, which is right here. This is a big security risk right here. So there's nothing wrong with debugging the params, but I'm not conditionally debugging these params. So these parameters right here would appear on production. So that's a big problem. So let's just do if, I think it's Rails environment equals development. And you can do other things too, like you could make it like Rails environment equals development or test or staging or something, but I'll just do development. Let's just make sure I have this right. So that's good. Let's clear this out. Make this a separate commit. So git add, git commit. Only load debug in development. Clear that out, push those changes up. So now let's go to this new form here, because this is kind of gross looking. So let's see if we can go, I'm gonna close all this out because we got too much going on. So let's just go to the form, and I think we can actually just do form row, and then within here we can kind of do what we did before. So let's just do a div, and I think we can just do a class of column auto. And let's just do this a few more times. So category and difficulty, let's do that. And we'll just bump these up into here. That did not like that. So maybe I need to do, so we have form row, column auto, column auto. Interesting. So we need to have a form group around them. How am I doing it in the search form? So I have form group is also part of the column auto. I don't know if I need to do that or not. I must be like missing, oh, you know what it is? Right here, didn't close that div. So this is good. Date, category. Can we get distance up here too? Probably distance in unit can go up here. Just bump that up. And then hours, minutes, and seconds. Actually, I want to do, let's do justify content between. That way it should go to the edge. Date, category, difficulty, distance, unit. The duration can be its own thing. So we'll copy this, and then we'll just wrap these all in the same thing. So class of column auto. Let's just kind of rifle through these real quick. Actually don't like how that looks. It's like way too well. If I get rid of this, looks a little better. Maybe these guys should be down here too, because they're kind of all related. Maybe I don't want that then. Let's see. Form group. I think I do want a form group actually. I think it'll add an extra margin. So form, let's just copy this. So how does this look? If I bring this down, actually, I use the dev tools to do that. Yeah, this is okay. And actually, you know what? I think I do want to add. I don't want the form group on this. I think I want it on the column, because that way when the columns stack, there'll be an extra space. It'll automatically add a margin bottom. Form group. So right now, if I collapse this, like these are pretty tight, they're bumping up to each other. But if I save this, I think by adding that form group, yeah, there's a little more space here, so that's nice. Yeah, this is okay. The description's there. I guess we can just quickly add. Or maybe do we add the class? Let's add the class at the end. Local true. And what do we do in the search form? Let's just copy that for consistency's sake. Okay, so that's good. And then we'll do the same thing with like button group here. So let's go in here, button group. Except for here, let's do a class of button and button outline danger is probably going to be what we want, because this is the delete button. Button outline danger. So do we have any activities? We do not. All right, let's just quickly make one then. So 1 mile, I think I can just leave it at that, right? Create activity. Let's just go edit. Okay, so we got that delete button. So that's good enough. Let's do git status, git add, git commit. We'll just say that we styled the form. So we'll just say style activity form, clear that out, push this up, and we actually don't even have a way to view any of these. I'm realizing you have to go into edit and then remove edit from up there. So what we really want to do is, let's go into the individual activity here, and let's just add another link to view, and it'll just be activity path. We have that. Maybe we can do a little button group action here. Make this look a little nicer. Let's just do a div class of button group. And then I'm gonna close that. So what we'll have to do here is we have to give these both a class of button. So let's just do button small, and then button outline, let's do primary. Let's see if this does anything. Did not work, and I wonder why. Let's see here. What happens if I get rid of this? Okay, so that worked. Oh, it's gonna spell outline wrong. Alright, that's good. I like that. Now you can view an activity, but there's nothing to actually see on the activity page. So let's go into the show and let's think of the best way to do this. So I guess we probably want to do like, gotta refresh my memory too. So in the schema file, what is like absolutely required? So the date, absolutely required. So notice that it says null false. And the category, okay, so date and category. So maybe we can do like, let's say like my run on whatever. So activity dot category dot, I think we can do dot humanize. Humanize will make it like, so for example, long run, actually if we go to like, long run is really like on lowercase long run with an underscore under it. Like that's how it's set up in the back end, but humanizing it just makes it look nice. So I think if we do activity.category.humanize, and then we can just do the date of, what are we doing in, I'm just gonna steal it from in here. So we'll have like my run on this date. We can get rid of that inspect for now. So we'll go ahead and view this. So my run on that's fine. It doesn't look great. And then so pace and duration. So what do we actually want to show here? And I'm trying to think of the quickest way to do this. I guess we can just do a table. So I'm gonna go to the index view and copy a lot of this here. I could probably extract this and make it reusable, but for now I'll just keep it like this. Gotta close that out. So we already have the date, we already have the category. We need duration, distance, difficulty. We can actually keep actions in there. Let's see here. So if I go into activity, I realize a lot of this is the same, but for now I'm going to keep it. And what I mean by that is I could probably reuse the same partial I'm already using on the index, but for now I'm going to repeat it a little bit. So we have duration, then distance, then difficulty, then pace, and then actions. We don't need the view. Just get rid of that. Let's just close this out. Oh, it's because activity needs to actually be an instance variable. So let's just fix that real quick. So duration, difficulty, actions, that's fine. Let's add a quick margin bottom of like 5 on there. And let's add another margin bottom to this, because at the bottom of here we're going to want to render out the description if there is one. So activity dot, then we can just do description. Did I spell that right though? It looks kind of weird to me. No, that's right. Now that's probably not going to do anything because we don't have one, but if I edit it, I just go crazy with the keyboard there, and I'll format this just to see if it works. So that's there, it's formatted. I like this, I think this is good. It's simple enough. So let's go ahead and commit this. Let's just, so we'll say style, activities, show, and update activity partial. That's good enough. Push that up. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to do like immediately. We could probably humanize this category actually. So category dot humanize, and I might even do that for the difficulty too. Difficulty easy, so that's good. You can edit it, you can delete it. Maybe we should add a back button to the form, now that I'm thinking about it. So form group, where should we add this? I guess we can add it here, right? So we just do back. We don't need any of this stuff. Actually, no, I don't like it. I don't think I'm gonna want it there. Let's just do it here. So let's do link to back, and then I actually forget how we want to get this link, because the back button is gonna be contextual to whatever you were just on. So let's go to the Rails API here. I wonder if I can quickly find it. Okay, it looks like link to has, we can pass it this symbol of back, and I think that should work. So where are we here? Let's give this a shot. We want to get that out of here. Although, so let's edit this. Does it go back? Yeah, it went back. And then if I do activities, create an activity, it'll go back to the index. Okay, so that's good. I like that. That runs. We can view it. Let's actually add a backlink to the show. Okay, I like that. And you know what? I also wonder. Well, no, we'll leave it at this. So let's commit these. And we'll say like MISC UI improvements. And I'll say like add backlink and humanize text, I guess. All right, let's click this out. Let's push it up, and I think we're actually at a good place right now. I just want to quickly run the test suite to make sure nothing broke. So Rails test system, and the only reason anything would have broke is if my test was too specific and looking for something. All right, so we're getting a few failures and a few errors, so this is good. Well, it's not good, but it's good that we have tests because it'll fix, you know, it accounts for any problems. So it looks like we're getting humanize on, and it's a screenshot too, although I don't know if it's going to be helpful because it'll probably show the error message. Yeah, screenshot's not too helpful there. So we're getting humanized for nil class. So I think what we want to do is it's because the category, so the category is always going to be set. The difficulty may not be. So I think one thing we can do is, can we do, well, I think we can do not try humanize maybe. Let's run this test again. Because the problem is if you don't set the difficulty, it's going to be nil, and then you can't humanize nil. Basically, you can't run a method against nil. It doesn't exist. So it's a good thing that we wrote these tests because I would have had to either go in and manually poke around. So that seemed to fix it too, which is good. So what was the other problem we were running into? Failure. Okay, so this is a screenshot was taken here. Should create activity and calculate pace. Oh, it's because I'm looking, this is a good example of like a test that was really specific with what it was looking for. So I was looking for a span of that, and I think this was even the video where I said, wouldn't it be nice if there was an assert selector or assert text? So I'm actually going to just do it to both of them. Assert text. And actually, we don't even need the text part. I think we can just do this, right? Assert text. Updated activity, assert text, that. Yeah, I think that should work. And actually, I'm going to go ahead and, for all of these, which I guess is just one more, assert text. This is for the flash message, and it was looking for a paragraph tag, and it doesn't really matter. So let's just do that. Let's make sure this test passes first. Looks like I have line 24. Made a mistake there. Try it again. So that passed. Let's just actually run through the whole suite again. Oh, interesting. So now that one's failing. Let's see what this has to say. Oh, okay. So now it's this is again kind of more an example of a brittle test, but I was looking for the word hard, but it is lowercase in that instance, so just go ahead and quickly go through these. So this is like where testing can be kind of a pain in the butt, because it's like, and I should say testing's what you make of it. Like, I probably could have thought of a way to make this less brittle, but it is what it is right now. So let's just do this one more time. Cool, so those all pass. Let's just run the regular test suite. Awesome, so let's just run a quick git status, git add, git commit. We'll just say fix brittle tests and account for UI changes. And let's push this up. And actually, I think we're in a good spot to merge this. So let's just go ahead and compare and merge this in. So let's just say build activity UI, and we'll go ahead and create a pull request. And if I scroll down here, we know that that continuous integration is going to work in the background. I'm going to click squash and merge, and then here's all the commits that we've made, and I'm just going to tidy these up. And this is just more so I have kind of like a backlog of what I did. I don't really need to keep all of these, but I kind of like it. It's sort of a good paper trail. But what's going to happen is it'll just smash all this into one commit. And you can actually see the tests are failing here. I think that's because they were failing a few minutes ago. So let's just go ahead and merge those guys, and we can go ahead and delete this branch and let the test suite run in the background.